I'm Andrew McDermott, and this is a Wean, a shorter episode of Simply Scottish. Our Weans give you a quick Scottish fix, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Today, a look at the Scottish roots of US President Ronald Reagan. He discovered his connection to Scotland later in life, but was able to make a pilgrimage there and learn some interesting things about his forebears. More on that in a few minutes. Our opening music comes from Jen and Laura Beth, a song called Let the Sun Shine Down on Me. Let's enjoy more of it now.
I looked out this morning, deep down trouble I see. I looked out this morning, let the sun shine down on me. Roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, let the sun shine down on me. I'm bound away for glory, bound for glory and deliverance. Roll on clouds in the morning, let the sun shine down on me. Saw that big cloud rising, hard trouble I see. Heard my mother crying, let the sun shine down on me. Roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, let the sun shine down on me. I know there's a great day coming when no trouble we'll see. We'll all shout together, let the sun shine down on me. Roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, let the sun shine down on me. I'm bound away for glory, let the sun shine down on me. Roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, let the sun shine down on me. Roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning, roll on clouds in the morning.
My mission with Simply Scottish is to build an educated, passionate community of Scotland lovers around the world that is dedicated to promoting Scotland's interests and living out the Scottish qualities of friendship, perseverance, and industry. If you want to be a part of that, send me an email or just connect with us on Facebook or Twitter. You can email me at andrew@simplyscottish.com. Tell me where you're listening, what your connection is to Scotland. That's andrew@simplyscottish.com. A quick thanks to E. McGowan, who left a 5-star rating and written review of Simply Scottish on Apple Podcasts. After listening to our new episode on why we need Robert Burns in 2022, McGowan said, "It means so much to me to get to listen daily. I can't thank you enough for making it. I cherish it." I'm thankful to folks who take a minute and write a review of the podcast online. It helps me to connect with new listeners and reminds me that there are lots of Scotland lovers out there who are enjoying the program. So hop on to Apple Podcasts when you have a minute and leave your written review. A few years back, I wrote a series for one of the oldest Scottish magazines still publishing today, the Scots Magazine. I called it 6 Degrees of Scotland. I turned some of the articles into podcast episodes too, so you might have noticed them in the lineup. Today, I'm sharing with you what I learned about former American President Ronald Reagan. One of the most remarkable things about Scotland is the impact its people have had on the world. The collective success of the Scots, both at home and abroad, is staggering and utterly disproportionate to the country's size. In considering Scotland's widespread and enduring global influence, one might be so bold as to suggest that almost everyone and everything in the world is connected to Scotland by a measurable degree. Although the degree of connection will sometimes be more than 6, as in the popular theory known as 6 degrees of separation, you might find it surprising just how much Scotland is interwoven into the fabric of the globe. One notable example of this is Ronald Reagan. Born in 1911 in Illinois, Reagan worked as a radio broadcaster before moving to Hollywood for a successful career as an actor in film and television. After becoming an impassioned conservative, Reagan was elected governor of California and in 1980 became president in a landslide victory. Reagan ushered in years of prosperity and peace for Americans, maneuvering through difficult foreign policy issues with strength and resolve. One of America's most popular leaders, Reagan is remembered today as a man of character who inspired the American people. Reagan himself was not aware of his Scottish roots until later in life. In 1991, he and his wife Nancy received a letter from the minister of Castlehead Kirk in Paisley, revealing that Reagan's great-great-grandfather, Claude Wilson, and Peggy Downey were married in the Kirk in 1807. Wilson and Downey's father had been weavers during a difficult era of labour reform. In the early 19th century, weavers and other skilled artisans were growing more independent and radical in their outlook, often clashing with the government as they sought better conditions. Wilson used the latest machinery he had and was available to do away with child labour, a practice he fought hard to eradicate as a radical politician. Claude Wilson eventually moved from Paisley to London, to Nova Scotia, Canada, and then on to Lowell, Massachusetts. His son John, Reagan's great-grandfather, moved to Fairhaven, Illinois, working as a farmer. Reagan and his wife visited the church in Paisley in 1991, learning more about their ancestors and receiving a painting of the church done by a local housewife. The picture delighted Reagan, and he said it would be given a place of honor in his home. That would be back at his ranch in California. It's been said of Reagan's Scottish forebears that, like the Irish side of his family, the Scottish side were very well educated, often self-educated, and extremely able people. Perhaps some of their get-up-and-go grit was inherited by Reagan, who would show great dedication to rejuvenating the United States and rekindling the American dream for many during his 8 years as president. One example of his Scottish-style tenacity only came to light in 2010. Staff at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library found notes in a cardboard box that were handwritten by Reagan, a collection of quotes from books, magazines, speeches, poems, and songs that he liked. One such gem was a few lines from a traditional Scottish folk song written about Sir Andrew Barton, a Scottish sailor from Leith who gained notoriety as a privateer back in the 15th century. After Reagan narrowly lost the Republican presidential nomination to Gerald Ford in 1976, he quoted the song to his campaign staff. "I am hurt, but I am not slain. I'll lay me down and bleed a while, and then I'll rise and fight again." Which, of course, is what he did 4 years later when he won the GOP nomination and the presidency, ushering in a new beginning for Americans that some historians have called the Age of Reagan. Millions in America and around the world have connections to Scotland. It's often a link that, once discovered, is immediately cherished. Is everyone and everything tied to Scotland in some way? That remains to be seen. But I'm exploring the possibility in my ongoing series, 6 Degrees of Scotland. You'll find previous episodes of Simply Scottish that go into some of these 6 degrees connections, so look for those on your podcast platform of choice. And over at simplyscottish.com, I've got show notes up for this episode that include links to some of my 6 Degrees articles for the Scots magazine. So check that out at simplyscottish.com. What about you? Have you got Scottish ancestry? How did you find out about it? I'll probably be doing an episode soon on modern ways to search for your Scottish ancestry, So send me your experiences and tips if you've been doing some of that already. You can reach me at andrew@simplyscottish.com. I'll leave you with a beautiful tune you might already be familiar with. In 2002, American Celtic and folk guitarist Christopher Dean recorded and released singer-songwriter Dougie MacLean's instrumental tune, The Gale. The tune became internationally popular after its inclusion in the soundtrack for the 1992 movie Last of the Mohicans. In 2010, Dean revisited the tune with a new arrangement and approach, melding together the main theme from the movie and Dougie's tune. He gave it a Celtic approach, with guitar, Ilian pipes, Irish low whistle, and the bodhrán. Here's that new arrangement now. This is Last of the Mohicans and The Gale. Thanks for tuning in. Let's connect again very soon for more of all things Scottish. I'm Andrew McDermott. Cheers.
Simply Scottish is hosted and produced by Andrew McDermott. Show content, copyright, Simply Scottish Media. All music is used with consent of copyright holders. Continue your Simply Scottish experience at simplyscottish.com. Thanks for listening.